Frank Tokopoulos. I'm here with Steve Stander from the Racers Group, and we're here to talk about Super Eco Fuel Saver. Now, Steve, what type of vehicle is this that you have?
This is a 2005 C6 Corvette with the LS2 engine that's highly tuned and makes approximately 500 horsepower.
Okay, and up until you put Super Eco Fuel Saver in there, it only ran with 93 octane, is that correct?
Right. With a high compression engine, there is no way you could live with 87 octane because obviously it causes too much heat in the combustion chamber. So these cars are addicted to 93 octane.
Now, when I told you that we could take Super Eco Fuel Saver and put it in your car, your baby, what was your initial reaction?
You better be prepared to pay for an engine.
And why is that?
Well, because again, 87 octane does not work in high compression or turbocharged engines. It just creates too much heat. Therefore, it not only leads to a loss of performance, but potentially can damage the engine. Manufacturers of those particular cars with those engines strictly enforce that you use 93 octane.
So?
Well,
you put it in?
Much to my surprise, because I did not believe this would happen. We put it in the car, in the gas tank. We went through 2 fuel cycles, let the engine or the computer adapt, recognize the difference in conditions. Second fuel tank, the first thing we did is we checked for gas mileage, and we saw the same increase, which was significant, about a 3-4 mile to a gallon increase in mileage. But here's the nice thing, is I did not lose any performance. The first time I stood on the car, I think you were with me.
I was in the car with Steve. It threw me back in the seat, and I thought my life was over.
The car, there were no indications whatsoever that the car was on 87 octane. There was no detonation. The computer did not retard the ignition or the timing. The car runs equal to, if not better, on 87 octane.
We've proven that you could gain 20.4 horsepower. Not only that, but it increases torque to the low to mid range, which is actual usable torque.
Right.
And Steve, I think you saw that with your vehicle, and now you're a believer.
Well, hard to believe because I definitely was very, very reluctant, and I'm in the industry, and I have certainly a very good understanding of technology, and in my wildest dreams I didn't think this could ever happen. I now can have, as they say, your cake and eat it, because I can enjoy the performance of this car and save between approximately 30 cents at the tank, and then with the additional gas mileage, about 40 cents a gallon. That's significant. I think it's an incredible product. I've tested a number of them, very, very limited results. This is the one product that gave you a combination of all the features with very noticeable increase. I'm impressed.
Okay,
More people need to know about it.
All right, well, thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to show you Steve's car, and we're going to show you how it performs.
All right, let me show you my car. Let me show you what makes this thing just such a fun car to drive and why I would never compromise it. It starts off with a pretty serious power plant. It is a LS2 engine. The engine has been extensively modified. Externally, it's got headers, an exhaust system, and an intake system, and some very trick ignition parts. There is some very serious tuning to the computer. The car develops, when all is said and done, pretty close to 500 horsepower and about 460 foot-pounds of torque. Although this is an LS2 engine, the car runs pretty close to a Z06 Corvette, which does not get good gas mileage. So what makes this such an intriguing package is I've got the performance of some of the most exotic cars on this planet. I could match with them. The car can go pretty close to 190 miles an hour, but not one of them can claim that they can do that and get 30 miles to the gallon. That's absolutely amazing. Hey Frank, let me show you what this can do. Let's go for a little spin. All right, let's go for a ride.
Before we actually get after it here, normally, how fast does this car go 0 to 60?
So 0 to 60 in about 3.8 seconds.
3.8 seconds, okay. And you said you've got 500 horsepower in this, right?
500 horsepower. The car will pull all the way to red line in 6th gear, which I have never done, but that's the equivalent of about 190 miles an hour.
And another impressive thing about this is that this is in the dead of winter. We are in January, about to go in February. So extremely cold temperatures, record-breaking lows.
Absolutely. Which doesn't help us with traction, but with this kind of power. But we're gonna lay down some speed in a few seconds. See if we can get some tires to the ground. I'm gonna make a U-turn here. Next line up.
And we definitely don't endorse anybody trying this at home, do we?
Not at all.
This vehicle is in the hands of a professional. All right. We are sitting at a light right now. There we go. She's purring. The car is purring nice and quietly. Now, Steve, if this product didn't work, what would you notice?
Well, first and foremost, the computer would retard the ignition, the timing, so much so that the car would fall flat on its face. That all that wonderful acceleration, or that 500 horsepower or so that the engine produces, would probably be cut by a solid 20–25%. We'd probably be looking at easily a drop of 50 to 75 horsepower. So we're going to find out in a matter of seconds if that horsepower is still on tap. Is everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go for it. The speedometer. Time to back off.
Wow, wow.
That was 130 miles an hour in a matter of seconds.
130 miles an hour. I don't think there's any performance lost here, Steve.
Not at all.
Unbelievable. You threw me back in my seat.